It's taking. Okay, we're live. It's like it's taking it a minute. Okay, and then we'll just let me see if I can share it and not be weird. My dog's. Ozzy, stop. I wonder if it shows up that I'm. It does. Okay. No, no. All right. We're good to
All
go.
right.
I shared it and tagged you. Okay. All right. So, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful. It's great to be here with you. I'm trying to get the best angle so that way, you can
Good.
see the best.
All right. Well, do you want to introduce yourself so everyone kind of knows who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. My name is Rockstar G. As I was telling you earlier, my friends call me George. Um, I am the lead singer of the band Fyre Insyde. Uh, Please notice that it's not a fire inside. That is AFI. We had a wonderful meeting with their management and then a cease and desist letter when we first started because we had eyes in our name, and that's why now we have Y's in our name. So it has made it a little bit harder for people to find us. But once they do, it kind of you understand what it is. We're a four-piece out of Orlando, Florida. We're a rock band. We got the number one voted metal act with Orlando Weekly, which is the paper here in Orlando, in
Okay.
2002. And then last year we got voted the number one rock act here in Orlando. So we've been, plugging away for 2 years. We have a great producer in Sean Shannon, who has been with Molly Hatchet and other great bands, who is also a drummer. So he has really helped us and develop our sound in what it is right now. So, we didn't start doing things in the garage and then record them and then send them out on DistroKid. Our record label, which is Rock Out Records, we went into the studio. Unfortunately, um, when it comes down to brass tacks, there has to be someone that pays for it. So instead of getting someone to sponsor us or go out and get a which what every band's finding now, is your record deal is really just a loan. So we're taking the risk on ourselves, and taking that loan out on our own, and basically, um, you know, doing shows. We've got merch, and all of those things drive what we do. So we had a great 2023. We started uh, here in Florida, is our base, but we quickly got on with a couple of great shows in Janesville, Wisconsin with Bova Flex, which led to a show out in um, Corona, California. And then we went over to the Whiskey A Go Go over in Hollywood, California. Went to Texas and did a couple of metal fests. Hit a couple of great places in Houston. We went to San Antonio, and we had a great reception. But it's just a matter of we are really in good with 104.1 here in Orlando, Florida, which is a talk radio station. Shout out to the Monsters in the Morning. They picked us up. We've done what, two or three like concerts, or they're a morning show. So after they're done at 11, we would come on and we would do our thing at wherever live venue that they were at. So they always, do a great job of like playing us in between their bumpers. So, like when they're going out, they'll play one of our songs. They did that for a week. And then, like I said, we did an album with them. They got asked by Mark Tremonti, from Creed and Alter Bridge, all the great bands that he's in, Tremonti, he's now doing his own Sinatra thing, and he did a take a chance for charity, He went on and said to them, you know, be the radio station that, you know, goes out of the box and does something different. So they made an album, Monsters Sing. And, you know, Russ was awesome to ask us to come on and be a part of that. So we did 2 songs with some of their other co-hosts on there, Angel and Ryan. And, you know, what can I say? You know, you pull up Monsters in the Morning and with Alexa or anybody else, and it's really neat to hear, you know, this is Cold Gin by, you know, Kiss. No, it isn't. It says Cold Gin with Russ Rollins and Fyre Inside. So it was a great little thing that, you know, they took all of that by getting the rights for those songs. So, you know, to hear that Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, you know, heard this song because Russ is a huge Kiss fan. So for Peter Chris's wife and for him to, you know, text him back, hey, I really like the song. It's really, you know, excellent, great job.
Oh no, I don't know what happened. You might have lost connection. Okay, well, I don't know what happened. Oh, there he is.
I love the internet. So knowing that they know us was really cool. But yeah.
All right. Well, that's super awesome though. And that's, you can put, you know, that in the books of you've done in life.
Well, I mean, the Whiskey a Go Go show was the, you know, you know, gosh, wow, what was it, 23? You know, I grew up in the Midwest, so a lot of people won't know where I'm from, but when I mention the band REO Speedwagon, that's where I'm from. You know, so I'm from the Illinois area in the Midwest. So when I grew up, it was, you know, how can I say this? You know, start a cover band, you play, you're thinking at that time, you know, oh, somebody's going to come in and they'll come in and notice me and be like, wow, what are you doing here? You should be out doing this. You know, and you know, it never ever develops that way anymore, especially with the way our new age develops. So I got tired of people telling me, you sound so good singing Brett Michaels. I really like it, you know, or whatever song that it would be.
Yeah.
So when I moved here to Florida, I decided that I was going to take that next step. So the band that I got involved with, it was I'm going to do it all original, and take that leap like REO did back in the day when they were just a band coming out of the University of Illinois, which you know I was 20 minutes away from. So to be, gosh, even thought of at 23, I said I'll be a real musician, and I'll view myself as a real, you know, artist or whatever you would want to call it, entertainer, you know, whatever it would be. When I can stand on that whiskey stage and I can actually say that I did my own songs, I played, you know, a set, no matter if it's 2 people, you know, a packed house, it doesn't matter. Our show was great. It was with Lady Zepp, so you know they were fantastic. The entire uh, trip and everything, learning about being a record executive along with the lead singer of a band is very interesting. Whenever you have to take that trip, doing the booking for hotels and the booking for the airplanes, the travel, you know, cost, raising that money and doing all of that. I can see where record companies get in their mode of, we are investing in you. Who are you? Nobody knows you, you know.
Right.
So that's where everyone now, in my opinion, has that great opportunity. We're all on the same playing field. So now it's who has the most content that's really good. And if you really listen to the great, you know, YouTubers or Instagrammers or people who are doing really well in this business, I'm one of them on the fact that I'm not upset that Spotify has said we're going to get, you know, rid of all the crap, which is just sitting over here making $20, you know, $3 every 3 years, 5 years. Pretty soon that money isn't going to be available for us to get. We've got to get to it now, or we're going to lose it forever. And I understand where the record companies and Spotify has come together and said, instead of letting that money just go to waste, you might as well just revamp, and you might as well redo it. So I'm happy that they did 1,000 streams, or that you can't do white noise anymore, like ocean music, and make $1,000 a month.
Okay, yeah, I could see that's a good point.
Well, I mean, now I'm not speaking as a singer. I'm speaking as a, again, as a record executive, who understands that we all have the same playing field. It all depends on how much money, Subdoc, how much money it is that you're willing to throw, at your product or what you believe in. So, we just got off the phone last night with some people in Nashville. And again, everyone wants a piece of what you're doing, but they won't believe in you and give you $1,000 on the curators. They want to give, you got to give them X amount of dollars to get 1,000, 2,000 more. I can get you, it's always a promise and it's always a risk, no matter what you're talking about. So just like we were talking with them last night, you get the invoice, you either pay it or you don't, and you take all the advice that you got for free.
No. So, all right. Well, I want to show your video. We're about halfway through, so I want to show the viewers what you're about.
Awesome. So, this is a video from our All You Know tour. Again, we're on our third cycle now. We're getting ready to start 2024. In 2023, it was Raise Your Hands tour. In 2022, it was All You Know tour. And 2021, it was our Mary Jane tour, which is our very first debut single. So our next route that we're going here in 2024, we're starting here in Florida. We're going to Chicago. We're going to West Virginia. We're getting ready to hit a couple of big festivals here we got with the booking agent. So the summer's looking really bright for us. But this video is from 2022, the All You Know tour.
Issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so, you need StreamYard On Air.
Hey, let that video play.
I'm so excited to announce the launch of StreamYard On Air. StreamYard On Air is a live webinar platform. You can host a webinar, an event, or a live stream on StreamYard or embed it on your site. With a simple registration page, you can collect all of the emails and names of your viewers. Your attendees don't have to create an account, and they don't have to download clunky webinar software. StreamYard On Air is redefining webinar stability. This means it's as stable as platforms.
Call you a Van Gogh, putting on a show. Rhythm is a dancer, and that's all you do. When that's all you, when I love you, when that's all you do.
We on also, or just the video?
What'd you say?
Is the money keeping you in chains? How they love you, calling out your name.
Well, I didn't know, you get the reaction, but
isn't it addiction? You need every night. Need love and affection. Make it feel just right. Need a light to feel the pain. Make that money take all the sweet. Frame of the picture. Out of the yard. Hurting my numbers gives you a new start. call you a Vango. Putting on a show. Rhythm as a dancer. When that's all you do. When that's all you. When that's all you. When that's all you do. When that's all you. When that's all you. When that's all you know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
That was neat. Yeah, I liked it. We had a couple comments.
An ode, if you will, of people always saying they know just by looking at someone. You know what I mean? So if you talk about why people do certain things, it was one of those, with me being an entertainer, every entertainer, doesn't matter what you do. If you're an actor, or if you're a stripper, a pole dancer, it doesn't matter what you're entertaining, why are you doing it? So that was kind of the
Right.
jet of starter.
I thought that it was going slow again.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Let's see if we can think that.
What is who is everybody in your band?
Well, if you look at that, shot that you just had, we have had 4, gosh, even more than that if you talk about drummers. So we have a brand new lineup for 2024. The same 3 that you saw there, the guitar player and the bass player, is the same. So again, I'm Rockstar G, I'm the singer. There's Oscar G, he's the bass player, and then there's Felix Frusciante, he's guitar player, and we have Chris. I always say his name wrong. Galantino is our new drummer that we just picked up right before we did our Arcadia show here in Florida, and that was in November. We got him on board. He came in on a Tuesday night, played 6 of our songs, came back in on the Thursday, finished up the rest of them, and I said, "You want to play with this Saturday?" Everybody agreed, and we've been off and running since. So he had a great attitude, jumped right in. The best story about our drummer, our guitar player and our bass player both speak English, and they can speak Spanish. Never do to each other. Chris, our new drummer, doesn't speak very much English. He can get by a little bit. Me and him converse a little bit, but whenever we're together, it's Spanish. And I'm good with that. If I can say, I know enough that I can kind of understand, but then they translate it. So I feel like the out one, so he didn't. So it's a really cool little process that, like I said, from the very beginning, we said that we're going to be like a family. We know we're not a family, but we go through all the growing pains of a relationship. So, we've had a tripod, if you will. Uh-oh. Yeah, I did it. Uh-oh. Someone's going to say that we're with the Illuminati now. No, we're a tripod of the 3 that got together from the very beginning, and that was Fyre Insyde. Felix, Oscar, and then I came on board, and then it just kind of ignited, and we've been going since 2021. So, we peaked on Spotify with like 225 listeners, which is excellent for the band that we are. We don't do any kind of bots or any kind of thing to try to inflate our growth. On Facebook, we're almost 3,000 strong. On Instagram,
Okay.
I got to be honest, not really looking at that generation. Our core is Facebook. Those are the people that brought us to this dance. So we have TikTok. We have all the socials. They're right down there as you see it going across the screen. On dot cards, we actually can give you our website, our merch, everything. We use Redbubble, so all you have to do is go on, put in what you want, T-shirt, get your address, goes up. Amen. Tell them about Ozzy. I hope that was
Yeah, Ozzy will be coming in here in a second. Ozzy.
We're almost like Sharon, every 20 minutes.
Right?
Ozzy. But we're really looking forward to 2024. We really are, and we appreciate great interviews like this. That when you allow us to come on and I hate to say tell the world, because the world already knows about us, but it's all a matter of getting more exposure to the world.
Yeah.
We're right now getting ready to start our I Met You 2024 tour. As I said, we have already booked up here in January and February. We're basically staying in Florida to get our feet off the ground, if you will, so we can basically gain money, so we can go and do the out-of-state shows. But with that, we picked up a great new, I'll call her our tour manager. Hi, Kelly. But she has been responsible for most of our advertising as of late, putting together our flyers. We've got a great sponsor with Elegant Printing. What's up, Khalil? He does all of our posters. He does all of our tickets. We're getting ready to do a great show on January the 14th. You can go on right now and get your tickets at the Shovelhead Lounge. We are playing with, it's Iron Maiden, baby. It's a Iron Maiden tribute. They are Maiden Mania. You can go online and get your tickets if you want to with the Eventbrite. We have physical tickets. They're $15 in advance, $20 at the show. Other than that, we're getting ready to play Rhonda's a Neighborhood Bar on January the 6th, which is here in Florida, Sanford, Florida. We're going to have tickets available for that also. And, other than that, we're going to kick it off, and we're heading to West Virginia in June. We're going to be doing a tattoo convention. And I'm going to say it wrong, and I apologize to the promoters up there. Over 52 tattooists in the West Virginia State Penitentiary that was shut down. We're going to Moundsville, West Virginia, and it is at the State Penitentiary. So we're playing outside in the courtyard where they used to, take all the people to hang out. Going to have fire breathers and all kind of a big carnival thing going on out there in June. So we're super excited to go out there and be a part of that. But again, we've done a couple of festivals in 2023 this year, and we're really looking forward to 2024 to do more interviews like this with, great believers in people that, you could be playing whoever you want. Thanks for playing us. Thanks for playing all the independents out there who are really trying to, be on the same scale, if you will, as a Atlantic Records or a Columbia or something like that. So if you don't know Rock Out Records, that is who we are. We're actually signing bands right now. I'm actually the A&R guy. So it's one of those things that, you want or aren't on any socials, you can't record, we allow you to keep it all. You just got to pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, we will. And then we take a piece, just like any other record company would. The only deal is we don't make you go and do that for a loan that you don't have to pay back, or that you won't pay back, or you can't pay back, or that, no matter if you make 1 million streams, So look for us on TikTok, and, coming up here soon, we're going to have better content that hopefully people are going to want to embrace. Yes, Moundsville, West Virginia, Doc.
Yeah, Doc's got it all down right off the bat. So thanks for that, Doc. He's super cool.
Yeah. Well, you got super people around you. I mean, I know it's hard. Thanks for doing everything that you do but even having one interview, let alone trying to have multiple bands on here, and try to help them. We appreciate it. To all of our fans out there, we'll see you in 2024. We've got a couple of shows coming up here in December. I want to make sure I talk about here. Coming up on the 16th, we are playing over in DeLand, Florida, at the African American Museum. And DeLand has a huge outside at 2 o'clock, we're coming to help spread the word about their great amphitheater that they have. And then on the 17th, we're playing over in it's Longwood, Florida. It's at Post Time Lounge, and we're playing with a Motley Crue tribute band. It is Primal Crew. Shout out to all the bros and Primal Crew. And then we're heading up to Orlando at Grumpy's, and we're headlining a show of over, 10 or 12 bands. There's 3 headliners. We're one of them. And we go on like at 9 o'clock up in Grumpy's. That's in Orlando, Florida. So we got, as I told our guys, whenever we're starting to hit it right, we're going to feel like the Beatles. We'll have 2 shows in one day. And we're starting to get there
now. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool, though. You just from what you've already traveled before now is actually a good step. Like that's a big step, more than most, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. If I can say, we have, I've been told that I'm a selfish person, that I don't like to sacrifice a lot. So it's nice to hear you say that we've sacrificed a lot of not doing this and not doing that, or not falling into this or doing that, where, I could do a lot of covers and I could be known as the cover guy from Fyre Insyde. And yeah, we could be going viral, but we want to, there's a way to look at things nowadays. And that is, do you want to be a sound artist, or do you want to be something that is forgotten? And then the next thing comes, and yeah, you had your moment, you'll have a flashback moment of, remember this guy? And then it's over. So I'm kind of happy that no one knows who we are just quite yet. We're still way under the radar. As I said, only having 3,000 fans from when we started in 2021. Every time that we do a show, like the one that we're getting ready to, we always have at least 150 to 200 people at our shows, and the venue usually only holds about 300. So we're super excited to play with these other tribute acts that help give us a little more visibility, if you will, because everybody always wants to hear what they know.
Yeah.
And it's really hard when you go out and you're doing a song, and if you listen to most of our songs, I'm actually the one that penned most of them. So it's one of those things that by the third time that you're in it with us, the chorus, because it's that simple. And we've already given it to you once in the beginning, once in the middle, and by the third time, like Hook, Line, and Sinker, when we do that one live, we stop and let me hear you, and Hook, Line, and Sinker. We don't try to make it too complicated on that end of, wow, what's he talking about? I didn't even get half of the meaning behind it. But if you really listen to our catalog, everything has a deeper meaning than what it actually should be. If I can say, when we're saying one or two, open suggestions, like, what is the ride? I've been on the ride for over 40 plus years on that fact, and then kicked on another 10. And I'll tell you, I learned a lot more in the last 10 than I did the prior 10. And so, everybody's got something to learn. And I really hope that when people listen to our message, they get a real deep understanding that we are here not only to help the ones that we like, but we're here to help the ones that we don't like. So not only love your brother, that's easy. Love your enemy. So all you bands out there who just want to be the best band, and you don't want to support other bands, and you don't like this genre, you don't like this genre, I invite you, have a show. My band's Fyre Insyde. I don't care what genre you are. We'll play in front of you. We'll play with you, because we want to help embrace the scene of live music. And please don't play to a track. Don't play to anything that's behind you that helps give you more volume or make you sound like your CD. You're supposed to be live. Make mistakes. Don't be perfect. Please, let's get back to making music and feeling music, and not thinking we have to be perfect of what is out there or the public won't appreciate it, we're doing that too much. We want to get real. Let's just do it real. Let's don't go up there and have sounds going on behind you just because you don't want to pay the money to have an orchestra. I don't like that. Me personally, I don't like that. I think it's a cop out, because if you don't want to do that song on tour, then don't. But don't diminish me as a fan that says, I've come to see something different tonight, something new, and then just get the same old ranky song and dance from, I hate to say it, but yeah, I'll call him out. He was the first one to say, I'm sorry, I don't have my laptop. I can't do the show. Well, what happens when you lose your voice?
Yeah, I would.
Play the laptop. No one cares. You're still lip syncing it or singing with it anyway. So to me, fans have really got to step up their game. I'm not going to say bands. The bands are going to do what they do. They're going to say, this is my art. This is how I do it. Do it your way. Right? You have the right to do that now. We have the right to do that now. If you would honestly say to yourself, I want to get signed by a label, 87% of the bands that are doing their stuff right now wouldn't be doing their stuff. The label would make them change what they're doing.
True. That's true. Very true. And how long have you been doing music?
You're going to ask me my age? I've been doing it over 35 years.
Okay. I was going to ask the age, but
if you talk about the reality, right? I played for 20 plus years in Illinois in a cover band. So getting paid, starting out at $300 a night, getting to $500, getting to $800, getting people to start come, because it takes about 2 years for anything, to kind of catch on, let alone, in the little town that I was from, you know what I mean? Look up Monticello, Illinois, you know what I mean? There's not many that come from that, but it's dead center.
I'm pretty sure. About 2 hours from me, I think.
What's that?
I think it's about 2 hours from me.
Where are you at?
We're central Illinois. Like by Peoria.
That's where you are?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, see, I'm from Monticello. I went to school in Decatur.
Okay, yeah. So you're about an hour, 2 hours away from me.
Well, see, what you need, this is just a thing for me to you, right? That we need to put together, right? You need to go to your civic center or whatever, and we'll come and we'll play a show that you host. And like I said, we'll do whatever you want to do. If you want to go to Springfield, you want to go to, Peoria, you want to go to Kankakee, like I said, we're going to be up in June 2nd. We're coming to Chicago. I call it Chicago, but it's on the outskirts. We're going to be coming up in June. But like I said, all these bands that you get a hold of, do a festival.
I know. I got to know people. That's my biggest problem. I'm still newer to that, and I'm working on getting my people, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard because, like, the venues and stuff around here are just, I feel like, it's all country here, and it drives me nuts because I'm just not a country person. But I mean, there's some good places that I know about that I could message you about later and let you know, like, hey, this is a place to check into.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've got a couple of outreach bands that are around Illinois still. Like I said, we came back last year and did my hometown, Bement in Monticello, as we were going up, and played Janesville, Wisconsin. So my deal would be, let's tag it into something that we're already doing. That way you could get 1 or 2 local bands there that haven't been on the show yet. You could interview them before they actually go on, interview them when they get off, make it a big event on that deal of with the venue. If you need help, I'll do the posters, get you the tickets. with my sponsorships that we have, if we work together, you can always make it something. Like, again, I didn't realize I was actually speaking to my Central Illinois buds. What's happening, Central Illinois?
Yeah.
So I'm here in Florida. So I moved, 7 years ago. So we've been out here in the Sunshine State doing the rock and roll thing. So we don't stop. I mean,
Right.
We get bad weather, we get a little bit of rain, and it goes away at 4:30, and we come back out ready to go. So
Right.
we're super excited to be back in Illinois, even if it is over virtual. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring back rock music over here because it's rough.
Well, I mean, honey, it don't go away.
Yeah.
The one thing that you got to remember is, like I said, you're not interviewing cover bands, right?
Some I do.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you have cover bands that are being interested, there's no reason why they can't get involved, and every show that you do has something to do with those 3 bands, those 4 bands. They all can do 2 hours. That's 6 hours.
True.
I mean, all you need to do for a club is to get 4 hours. So now you just got to tell the band, sorry, you only get an hour.
Well, true.
But you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and like I said, the reason I say to do that, have those bands will be happy to come and headline the night. Now you have a great night.
Yeah.
Cover an original. Not trying to fight this, because most of the owners there, they don't care what you bring in. You're saying they like country. Guess what? Midwest, right? Those people will show up if it's that kind of music, right? But he don't care. He just hits his Z at the end of the night and it says $3,000. He goes, you're coming back. So you can have 50 people there. You just got to make sure they know what their job is, and that is to drink.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Doc said the Livewire venue Chicago is a killer rock club.
Yeah, it you're right, Doc. It is.
I know. I was gonna say I don't even know what that is. So, but that's okay.
That's in the heart of heart of Chicago. I don't, and I apologize to the great venue up there around Chicago that I am not mentioning. It's kind of like Moundsville, West Virginia. It's a small town in the suburbs up there. So, gosh, I'm gonna call it the attic, but I know that's wrong. But anyway, when we go up there, we're doing the same thing that we're talking about. Honestly and truthfully, when we spoke to them, they are really interested in doing the tickets. So what do? We have a deal with them that I sell tickets here, you sell tickets there, you put on the 2 bands that you think will help, and we work out a percentage deal on that end of the other tickets that are there with you. You know what I mean? So it's the same deal. If you can get a venue to pay you $200 to $300, that's the win. Now do tickets.
True.
Well, I'm just saying, as for me, to you, when we do anything up here, we as a record company like to have 1 or 2 other acts with us, and we pay them what they're worth. So if they say, I need $300 to play, it's $10 a head to get in. I give them 30 tickets. I say, keep the money. If you want to give them away, give them away. If you want to sell them, sell them. So if you want to see our model that we do, that's how we get venues to be packed. And the bar owner's going, oh my goodness, my investment was only $300. Because they don't worry about those other elongated things. They do what they do. I do what I do.
Okay.
I sell liquor. I do promotion. I get people in the door. I make them drink. I get on stage. I then help them drink. See, bands have got to understand, and if they don't, you need to help them understand that it isn't about how great you played. It isn't that you just nailed Nazareth front to back and it was awesome and the hardest song you do of the night, you played note for note. Owner don't care. The owner cares how much do they drink and what does the Z say at the end of the night? Did you make me money? I paid you $500. Did you make me at least $4,000? Now it makes sense to have you back.
Yeah, true that. That you're 100% right on that.
Well, you're asking me, what did I learn over all of this time in the music industry? And your last question, which I'm not even sure if you're going to ask me, but go ahead. Ask me that last question.
Okay. What do you think of the music industry today?
I think it's one of the best industries to be in if you know what you're doing.
Right on.
I think if you've got your I's dotted and your T's crossed and you have a publishing deal and you actually own the rights to your music with sync licensing, being able to get in movies, Netflix, being able to negotiate your own terms with all of these platforms, you're a millionaire.
Right. Yeah.
Well, in my own opinion, I live in a beautiful house. I have a beautiful family. I am a millionaire. Music is what feeds my soul. Money doesn't feed my soul. Getting on stage, playing in front of tons of people doesn't feed my soul. What feeds my soul is when I am singing and they are giving me the words back, that they understand why I'm singing it, because we'll end this on a very glorious note, if you will.
Okay.
Jesus coming soon. If you don't know who he is, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We are almost at the last hour of the clock to strike. If you don't have that fire inside, we can help you find it.
Right on. All right. That was good. I also meant to tell you, since you're in Florida, we interviewed a band. They're called Kings County.
Yeah. No, Kings County really well.
Actually, do you? Okay.
The last show that we played with over at Captain Hiram's, they played the week after that we did. Yeah. They, if I can say, they are a multifaceted 3-piece that turns into a 4-piece that is one of the best writing bands right now. They have one of the best video production crew that they work with. They're in an age where you don't make videos anymore. They're doing it, and it looks really great. If you really talk about the ability, they're a little different than we are. We're gonna make it by doing our own songs and not worrying about having to play 3 hours of someone else's material just to give you a little taste of ours. And kudos to them. They sell out and do well everywhere they go.
Yeah, they're pretty kick-ass. I like them.
Oh well, they're. What can I say about Kings County? They don't play to a track.
Yeah.
They play, they sing, and they are fantastic.
Doc said Seasons of the Wolf are also down in Florida. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Well, Doc, make sure you listen to our music before you start,
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and it was definitely wonderful talking to you.
Well, I thank you so much for the invitation. And your show itself, is it, say it for me, is it Tattoo
Baby?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I get different things like Babby. Somebody said Babby once, or I don't know.
The eyes. Yeah. It looks. That's why I was going to say, is it Bobby? Like the or is the eyes long? So, but it's just Tattoo Baby, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Hey, this is Rockstar G with Fyre Insyde. You are watching Tattoo Baby right here on StreamYard.
Right on. So with that, peace out, everybody.
Hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone in Illinois right now goes on and not only hits the like, hits the follow, but send her some money for what she's doing right now because she deserves it. $5 goes a long way. Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. Bye, everybody.